Hello and welcome.
Hello, welcome to Sun News.
Send News. It's your favorite podcast with me, Aaron, and my buddy.
Tim Reacher.
And we're going to talk to you about all the hard hitting news. We're going to take a look at it from behind, look at it from the front, and,
Yeah, I'm trying to get under it
whack off to it
mentally
in our brains
with our words.
with our words. Do you, Timothy, have any news to share with the Send News audience?
I'm excited. The Devils make it to the second round.
Go Devils.
Yeah, it's exciting. And beat the Rangers.
Fuck them.
So hockey playoffs are in full swing. It's my favorite time of year. This is like my holidays.
Yeah. Do you also like it? And I mean, I'm sure the hockey, but also I like this time of year just because the weather's getting nice.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that too. Okay, so that has nothing to do with it for you. You're just talking straight up right now. Hockey makes you happy.
Yeah, hockey makes me happy.
That's good. I like that. You need
Yeah.
something that makes you happy.
Yeah.
That's not something that you work at. Like comedy. Comedy
Yeah.
makes us happy, but like you need other stuff too.
But that is, like you said, you have to work at it. So it's like, ugh.
It's a lot.
I just got to keep working.
But just something that you can just get into and enjoy. That's really cool.
Yeah.
And I'm happy about the Devils. I mean, Jersey team. Come on.
The only team that claims New Jersey.
It really. That's why when people root for the Rangers, I'm like, we actually have one of these. Like, we actually
Yeah.
have a hockey team. This is when you do this.
Well,
It drives me insane.
well, the Devils have only been around 40 years.
Okay. Well,
Well, like-
I've only been around 41.
Yeah. So, like,
Wait.
if
two-
you grew
two.
up, if you grew up watching hockey with your dad,
Mm-hmm.
chances are your dad wasn't a Devils fan.
I understand.
Yeah.
My
So-
brother my brother still likes the Rangers.
Yeah.
And I don't know. He's a little older than me. Maybe that was because the Devils weren't really a team.
Yeah. And they sucked the first couple years.
Yeah. Well, it happens.
Yeah. Other than that, got the White Eagle Hall thing coming up.
Yeah, you're
Very
gonna have
nervous
so much
about
fun.
that.
Don't be nervous.
I'm like nervous about picking material.
That was the most at home I felt on stage in a long time. I'm meant for that. It made me miss doing theater
Yeah.
because, like, just to walk out and like theater's just they appreciate you more than when
Yeah.
you're a comedian.
Yeah.
But that was just I was just in my it just was like, this is why I do this. This is how I am. This is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
I turn it on.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you're going to have a blast. I'm excited for you. What night is that again?
Wednesday, May 17th.
I will have to come. I'll put it in my calendar later.
And
I'll do that off air.
how about you? What's your news going on?
Nothing. I got nothing to say.
That's not true.
I'll be at Pet Shop on Thursday. I just
Yeah.
got asked to do that. That's exciting news. Work's the same. My boys we're deep in baseball mode.
Yeah.
We are deep in baseball mode, and I'm loving it. My son Charlie has a baseball game this week. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. He's in first grade. What the fuck?
It's like MLB.
I know.
style.
And what's great is like Mr. Wahlberg was like, no, that's too many nights. No, they should do it 2 nights a week. That's too many nights. Like saying it like someone's going to be like, okay, we'll change it. Like he
Yeah.
just said it like, no, that's too many. And I'm like, I agree, but this is what's on the calendar.
Yeah.
But I'm loving it because it's, for me, this is like my nostalgia. Like I grew up baseball. Like probably it's similar to your like hockey vibe. Like a baseball, just going to the field and the snack stand and the families. I'm remembering like we lived at the fields.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The
It's
smell of baseball.
all of it,
Yeah.
all of it. And so it's really, really cool. And thankfully, both my boys really enjoy it. So I hope it stays that way. Because I'll be mad at them if they don't stick with it. They're not as good as I'd like, but I'm trying to work with them.
Yeah.
I expect perfection.
Well, they're young.
Yeah. Charlie has always, I mean, there's kids where this is the year they pitch, the dad's pitch, or the
Right.
coach's pitch or whatever. And he's always made contact, not first, usually it's a few swings and he gets it. But there are kids that they pull the tee out because they're like, this can't keep going on. This can't get the tee out.
Yeah.
We're going to be here forever. So I'm proud of him. It's usually just, takes a few and then boom, he gets it. Yeah, and he's made some good plays. Yeah, so baseball, my mixer broke at work. I have new nail strips. And that's my news.
All right.
Next Hell Yeah is May 27th. This will come out
that
before
sounds
then.
familiar.
I figure might as well throw it in there, right?
Yes.
This is my news. I don't have many things. Okay, yeah. So
26th.
the 26th is the next Hell Yeah. Cool. Nice. Oh, I got a new job. I'll tell you off air, but I got a voiceover job Friday. Very excited about.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah. Can't talk about it. It's confidential.
Oh, yeah. You signed a...
Yeah.
Yeah. What is
Yep.
this called?
Non-disclosure. Yeah.
NDA.
And then I had to respond to the email confirming it is still every time they call me for it, they have to reconfirm that I can't talk about it. I'm like, I'm not. It's not that big of a deal. But it makes it sound like it is.
Yeah.
I can't talk about it. But I have to tell my boss hey, I'm on call from because they might call me, they might not, but basically I have to be available in this
Yeah.
2 hour span. So I'm just going to tell her, listen, if they call, I'm going to clock out and take 15 minutes because it never takes longer than that. It's pretty amazing.
That's pretty cool.
And then you get a paycheck.
Hell yeah.
Do. We got all off track, just chit-chatting and catching up with our Send News audience. I hope you guys are actually listening. At the show Friday night, we saw our good friend Chris Pruneau headline, did a great job.
Yes.
And a couple of the guys in the audience were telling me after. The one guy was like, "You're funny." I was like, "Thank you." He's like, "No, I've seen you do it a few times now, and you're actually funny." Why, thank you. But anyway, they were like, "Oh, you guys have a podcast together, right?" And I was like, "Yes, we do. Please listen." So if you guys who gave me the sweet, sweet compliment about my hilarity are listening, thank you.
Yeah, they should be listening. I mean, I don't know why anyone would not be listening.
I don't get it. It
Unless
seems like
they're deaf. We should do...
I can do my name. Erincome. No. What's E? E-R. That's what it was. I went ahead.
Oh.
Oh, that's not I don't know my married name.
Yeah.
W. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, W.
W-O.
Oh, what's H? Though?
H, I think, is that, maybe? No,
I don't know.
that's one of
If you
them.
know sign language, well, I know people in this. I know people who are sign language interpreters.
I know someone who's a sign language person,
We hired a
teacher
deaf guy
or something like that.
at my old job, and he came in, and then strolling in with him was a good friend of mine, Dominic. And I was like, "Dominic, what are you doing here?" He's like, "I'm translating for him." He's like, "What are
Wow.
you doing here?" And I was like, "I work here."
I got a job.
Yeah.
Nice.
And so we hung out, we chit-chatted all night, and we told this guy to do work.
Nice.
I learned how to
You
say...
just signed it to him?
Yeah, I was like, "Hang this box."
Nice. Good job. Wow. Making the disabled person work.
Yeah. Well, I was getting paid the big bucks.
I always thought it'd be cool if I had a close relative who was deaf, so I just knew sign language.
Yeah. Well, you'd have to learn. You could just learn it.
I could, but I'm not going to unless I need to communicate with someone. I need to be forced.
Yeah, I get that.
Okay.
All
Let's talk about some news, guys. World's a crazy place.
It is. And what's crazier than a Spanish athlete spending 500 days alone in a cave?
For science.
For science. I didn't read that last part.
That's okay.
Yes.
This bitch is nuts. She's like, I'm going to go in a cave. She shopped the idea around. They're going to make a documentary about it. She had a team of people that were like observing from afar to make sure she was okay. And she just hunkered down for 500 fucking days all by herself.
Yeah. Which it kind of sounds like this is like the start of like a movie, but that like the 500 days is not the plot of the movie. Like it sounds like she like locks herself down in this cave and then some harrowing thing happens in the cave. But
Yeah.
no.
Nope. She just hung out in a cave. She
Yeah.
read. She read a lot. She what did she do? She wrote, exercised.
Yeah.
Somebody came and collected her poo and brought her food regularly, which is interesting.
I like how they did it every 5 poos. She would leave her poo in one place, and then people would come down and take her poo and leave her food. She said it was like giving her offerings to the gods, and the gods.
Yeah. I won't lie, she sounds like an interesting lady from reading this. She sounds like a really stable lady, so that's why I think she did well down there.
I don't know. Stable? She was like, I want to leave the world for a year and a half.
You might be right. All I'm thinking about, the mental strength it would take to do that.
Yeah. Also,
That would take a lot of, like, mental, like, I wouldn't do it. Would you? I'd freak the fuck out. I'd go Looney Tunes in about, like, God, I'm going to say maybe 3 days.
But also, like, 500 days just chilling.
It sounds nice, but you know it's not going to. After a little while, you're not going to go a little nuts. You're going to go a little nuts. 500 days. Think about that. Think about when you just like sleep too much on a Saturday and you feel like a lazy bum and you're like, I didn't do anything. Now do that for 500 days.
But there's nothing to you're lit, but you're also accomplishing a goal by doing that. Man. If I had to do, I could do anything for science. If they're like, Tim, you need to masturbate 100 times today for science, no problem. Tim, you need to.
I think there might be a
not
problem.
Get out of bed. Yeah.
This guy's really confident over here.
100 times 24 hours. No. 5 times an hour? Ugh, I couldn't do that.
Timothy, come on.
All right, so maybe I couldn't do anything for science.
But you would try.
Yeah, that's the important part.
I mean, I know me, and I do know that when I set my mind to something, like if I got myself to this point, I would accomplish it. Like to the point that she was at where she was like, this is happening. I know I wouldn't, bail out midway. Like I know me, I'd be like, no, I'm not a failure. Like I would be there for 500 days. I would probably go ape shit and lose my mind.
Yeah.
But I'd be like, nobody's coming for me. I'm making it.
I like she said she felt like she was only down there for like 160 days. Which I would have liked to see them be like, all right, you come out what you think is 500 days.
Yeah, that would be
see
interesting.
How long.
I mean, yeah, because then you got, there's no way to tell day or night.
No.
Yeah, that's hard.
If I had a laptop, I would just be up watching
She had
things on
GoPros.
YouTube.
I don't think she didn't have internet access
or
anything. No. She didn't have that. But she had like 2 GoPros that she used to document her thing. She said she only spoke when she was recording. She didn't like speak to herself. And I was like, I speak to myself now at work. I'm like, and I gotta get the butter, 18 sticks of butter, chopping up the butter. Like it's just the thing I do.
There would be 10 days of me just going, Echo.
I would probably burn out like masturbating real quick though. Yeah. It would lose all excitement very fast. But I would definitely
times in a day.
Listen, if one of the two of us could do 100 times in a day, my bets are on me.
It's different for girls.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Also, like, the part that got to me, she said, like, a family member died while she was down there.
Well, they didn't die, but she said she had given very strict rules that She did not want to be told even if a family member did die. She said if it's no communication, it's no communication regardless of the circumstances.
Oh.
She said, according to NBC News. The people who know me knew and respected that.
All right.
She must not have kids, too.
Yeah, no.
I mean, she can't. I shouldn't say that. I'm sure there's some moms who would be fine being it, and I'm not judging you. I'm like putting my own weird mom guilt, weird stuff. But you tell me I have to be away from my kids for 500 days, and I'm gonna slice your throat.
I think it would depend on what was going on at that moment.
There might be moments where I'd be like, put me in a cave for 500 days, I swear to God. Truman was doing my makeup the other day. He loves doing my makeup. I think it's because he's my artistic one, you know. So he was
good at addition.
Artistic. So he takes my one makeup thing out, and it's got a mirror on it, and he shows it to me. He goes, okay, now look at you. And he hadn't done any makeup yet. He's like, what do you think about that? Does that look good? And I was like, I think, I think I look all right. Okay, but do you want to look more better? I was like, yes, I would like to look more better. And then he turned me into a princess with golden under my eyes.
Oh.
That made me look like Legos and Star Wars, according to him. And then he gave me the princess hairstyle, which is a low side ponytail, apparently. He's been telling me this is the princess hairstyle for like a couple years now. Every time he does my hair, he's like, I'll make it like a princess. And it's just pull it all to the side and stick it in a ponytail.
What princess did he see that has that?
I get it. That kind of like fairy tale where it's got like I know what he's doing. I understand my child's art. Okay.
Princess, not a queen, huh?
He has called me queen, but no, when doing makeup, it's just princess mode.
All right.
How do you feel about what's going on there with your face, Mom? Do you want it better? You want it better, right? What the fuck, kid?
If someone ever put a mirror in front of me, it's like, how do you feel about that? Oh my God.
It was so cute though, because it was almost like he was playing like salon. Like, okay, take like a before and after. Like, you know what I mean? But boy, did it hit! I was like, ooh, thank you for that.
I would immediately be like, I need Botox. Like, kid, you better learn all this
injectables. Yeah. All right, I've had enough of this cave bitch.
Oh, we didn't even mention her name.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want to talk about her more?
Beatrice
Flamini. Flamini. Beatrice.
Thank you for your sacrifice for science.
Muchas gracias.
I think this is Italian.
Muy bien. No, it's Spanish. Didn't she say Spanish? No, up.
Well, she was in a Spanish cave.
So that's why I'm speaking Spanish to her. She's in a Spanish cave. She speaks Spanish. Racist much?
Not necessarily. Oh, Spanish athlete. Yeah, you're right.
Okay, whatever.
All right. This one comes to us from the Mirror.
Fabulous source.
People are just discovering hidden compartment in washing machine that eats socks.
Nom, 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 nom.
Apparently, people have been getting mad at their laundriers. Whoever does the laundry in the house, if you're an adult, you should be doing your own laundry.
It's like, oh no, the missing sock. What happened? There's always one sock missing. So I guess this TikToker put out a video to show everybody that there's a compartment inside the front of the washer that your socks can get stuck in.
Yeah.
This isn't news.
Which I didn't. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I didn't think this was such like a big deal though. 'Cause what I do is I just have all the same sock.
I never match socks. And
Ooh.
I don't have all the same sock, and I just listen to me, man. I wash the socks, and then I take the socks out, and then I just throw them in a drawer, not even paired up. Ever.
Really?
Yeah, it's a thing I do. And I do it with everyone's laundry. So my husband prefers socks that match, but he also has all the same socks, so he don't give a shit. He can just grab two. My kids, I'm trying now to buy all the same, so it's easier for them.
Is it hard to buy kid socks that are just generic socks?
No, it's not hard.
All right. Yeah. When
Like a lot of them, like I'll buy. It'll be like all gray, but then there'll be like a blue stripe and then a little like some type. But it's like mostly the same. Whereas like you could get away with.
Yeah.
But like my boys, but the problem is because I'm like that, they don't give a shit. Like they'll come downstairs wearing pants that are too small for them, that like they look like they're waiting for a flood, and have like a red and an orange sock on. I'm like, try a little bit, guys. Just try a little.
You should take out a mirror and be like, "How do you feel about this?
How do you feel about this look you have right now?
Don't you want to look more better?"
Do you want to look more better?
Yeah, I never really got the whole missing sock thing. I do have like socks that like I would wear for like hockey. That like when I play hockey, I get OCD.
Yeah.
Real bad.
Like superstitious a little too, like that kind of thing. With
yeah. Like
that makes sense.
There was a while where I was washing one pair of socks like over and over again because those were my lucky socks.
That makes sense to me.
I'd always like to be, not just. It just. I feel like if I can take all the worry out of a day by like having all the same socks, or like knowing I'm wearing this shirt, and like, then like, I'm good. Then I know my routine. And then I can just focus on what's the task ahead.
Got to get all the clutter out of your brain, all that sock clutter.
Yeah.
All that wardrobe clutter.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, I guess this really isn't news.
It's not much of a story, really. When they showed the video, I have never seen anybody open a washer like that before. I've never seen the front of a washer open like that. That was interesting, I suppose. I have cleaned out the little trap at the bottom of my washer. I fixed it myself. I looked up a YouTube video one time. It was all clogged, and I was like, what's going on? So I looked up a YouTube video, and I took the thing, and I cleaned it all out. And now it's like my thing to clean out the little thing in the water, and I love it. But it always smells. You have to like drain the water, and the water smells terrible. It's like just all the gunk that just gets down there.
The inside of a washer is a disgusting place.
So gross.
This is the first place I've had a front-loading washer, and I am not a fan.
No. Why is that?
Is it just there's like a mildew funk?
Yeah, you have to like clean like the rubber around the door. Like I'm constantly like going in there and cleaning it because it just gets nasty.
And it's like folded over a million times.
Yeah, I know.
That's where I thought socks would be. I thought I was going to
Now
find
I
a
feel
sock.
like I have to go home and clean my washer. It's kind of grossing me out. But yeah, so that's mystery solved.
Yeah, mystery socks. All right, this one is hitting close to home, and by that I mean across the Hudson. Because look out, rodents beware. New York City has hired its first rat czar.
Nice.
And off camera, I did that when I said rat czar, because that's not an official title.
It's not the official title, guys. It is not the official title. It's
I would like to know what the official title is. I don't think
it's in here. Yeah, citywide director of rodent mitigation.
Ah, that's a fun. The CDRM.
Yeah, you'll be seeing. She was quoted. You'll be seeing a lot of me and a lot less rats. There's a new sheriff in town.
It sounds like she's just eating rats.
She looks like a person who might eat some rats.
Yeah, I'm not gonna reload the video.
Go. There was a favorite part. Go to up. Make a computer work. Wait, no, too much. It says Adam, who has often expressed a deep hatred for rats, posted a job last year seeking someone somewhat bloodthirsty with a general aura of badassery and offering an annual salary between 120 and 170K
Yeah, that's a nice chunk of change.
for being a rat person.
Although, like, you probably have to live in the city. So that's
Yeah.
not really. I mean, it's nice, but it's not that nice.
She was a former teacher, and she's not new to the fight against rats, people. She previously oversaw rat mitigation efforts in the city's public schools, which is gross.
Yeah, well, they're everywhere.
They're not at my cookie shop that I work at.
Well, you're not in the city. Or are you?
I'll never tell.
Yeah. Rats. I think since the pandemic, rats have gotten a lot worse.
You know what? They've never bothered me, but I'm not a city goer enough to notice. My big thing, I remember rats when I was in DC. DC, the rats were nasty. Like one ran over my foot.
Yeah.
I was just like, "What are you doing?"
And then what did you see outside the White House?
This guy. I tell you.
Ugh.
You better be careful. I'm going to Tucker Carlson you.
Well, I think now one gets tuckered.
Oh, I get tuckered all the time. I am just tuckered out today.
So was he.
Ooh, but I'm
This is
bummed.
God, I hate myself a lot of times when I'm like,
Don't
don't
do that.
say it. Don't. Yeah, but I could think
That
it. I don't
is
have
my
to say it.
Entire life saying things I know I don't. As the words come out, my brain is like, stop it, you idiot. Stop talking. Don't say another word. Just stop. Just stop. And it keeps flowing. They just flow, the words.
Yeah.
I can't help it.
Well, at that show where someone's like, "You're very funny," the thing that I said, I did not want to say it, but it was possibly the funniest thing I've ever said in my life.
What?
I can't say it here. We can
When?
do it. We can do it off when I was on stage.
Oh, you're saying when you said that you didn't want to say, oh, it was great.
But it was one of those things like, think this, don't say this.
I know. I've had those moments on stage where you're, and then like you get it out and you're like, I need to go run away. Because you know it's hilarious. But you're just like ashamed of how
'Cause it's
awfully
wrong.
hilarious it was. Yeah. Yup. I remember once I was talking to Ryan Rummel and I was just ripping on him. I was in one of those moods, like everything, just busting on him. And I was like, do you ever just like, I just feel like, I'm sorry, it's just like right there. Like I had to say it. I just had to say it. And he's like, yeah, I feel that way all the time. And then I remember that people have feelings. And I was just like, yeah, I guess I don't always have to say it.
I was talking with.
It's hard when you're just so funny.
I was talking with Ryan Rummel the other day. We were talking about there was like a group of comedians. Gordon Baker Bone was doing a thing with, and there's a group of black comedians, and they have like a name for the collective that they call themselves. So he's like, the black comedians, what do they call themselves? And I just like stopped and I looked at him. I was like, what are you trying to get me to say? They call themselves it. What is it?
Must be careful.
But speaking of rats,
So yeah, new bitch in town taking care of the rats.
yeah, which I think it's good. I think we should definitely give one person. You got to be on the Well, you'll learn how to use a Mac one day.
I don't want to. Fuck Macs. Fuck Apple. Fuck technology. I'm out.
No, it's perfectly fine. It's a great machine.
I hate Macs.
It's sleek, stylish.
I prefer clunky and out of style.
So the brown rat, which is the most common type of rat.
Don't be so racist.
Well, I mean, there's just more. There's a lot of them.
Okay.
They haven't always been
They're the
here.
problem.
They moved in our
So you're telling me that the Browns are moving in.
brown rats.
Brown rats are moving in. And it's a problem.
Apparently, not for me.
You're fine with
I
it?
say this was their land before it was mine. They deserve it. We should
give it to them.
Should give Manhattan back to the rats.
Oh, gosh, you're calling them rats?
The Browns.
How it's not getting better. Okay.
So apparently, rats weren't always indigenous to these areas.
Cool.
They came over during the Revolutionary era on ships. Some say that a bunch of white people dragged them over here in the hull of the ship.
Whites.
And then
Rats.
the whites bringing rats.
Ooh. Hold on a second. This is it. This is a great writing right here. But the brown rat, which likely arrived in New York sometime during the Revolutionary War era, has proven a crafty adversary, thriving despite numerous attempts to eradicate it from the city's warrens of subway tunnels and alleyways.
Usually they refer to them as athletic, but
Crafty adversaries is what I prefer. Next time we don't find one of those at work, I'm going to be like, look at this crafty little adversary trying to get out of here.
I learned there's a big difference between rats and mice. It's mostly size, but
Yeah, I
yeah.
figured as much.
Yeah, that's why, we don't really have a rat problem on this side of the Hudson. We have more of a mouse problem.
Yeah, we don't have any problems at work.
We've found a few in the house.
It happens. I remember we lived in one house growing up. We had squirrels in the walls. The house was
Sounds pretty squirrely.
not kept up well. It was not a well kept house. And there were squirrels in the walls. I was in the basement at the time, so I would hear them running around, and then you would hear their nests fall. Sometimes it was so weird. I just got used to hearing noises. But there was something I was gonna say. Oh, the mice at one point, it got so bad they were brazen. I was just sitting watching TV, and one just was along the wall, just right in front of me, and I was like, "What the fuck, dude? I'm right here." It was so cute, and I did nothing. I just let it continue on its way. We set traps and caught some after that sighting, but
Yeah. That'd be fun if this lady's just I don't know, sticky traps. She's just sitting back collecting all this money. Just being I don't know, step on it if you see it, or whatever.
Anybody got some cheese? We could just set a few of these traps.
But yeah.
Mouse traps scare me.
Also, I was surprised. So I'm barking in the city one day, and then a rat ran around right out in front of the comedy shop, and everyone was ah! And I was I thought you guys were New Yorkers.
Yeah, what are you
I'm
freaking about a
yeah.
rat?
But apparently people, every time they see him, they get a little ugh. So this is good. Maybe she'll make a dent in the
rat situation. I mean, listen, it's good that somebody's on top of things, and I hope that, she implements some measures that will, rid us of the rodents.
You ever see the people who are like rat people?
No.
They like own rats.
Oh, yes. I went to school with a rat girl, Tara.
Ugh.
She brought it into school to show everybody, this is my pet rat. And I was like, get it away.
Yeah.
That is not a pet. Get it away.
I mean, they're not like.
They're gross.
Um,
They're gross, dude. I don't
this
even
one
want.
looks quick.
I don't want to look at them
It's
anymore,
fast.
please.
All right.
I'm sorry. I don't.
You wanna? Should we go back?
To what? That fuzzy screen? That
Oh.
works.
Oh, it didn't.
Tim, don't show me your pornography. And our last news story for this episode comes to us from
Positive.news.
positive.news.
I was searching the internet. I was like, we need some good news,
Good news.
and I found this website called The Good News, and I am Catholic now.
Yeah, it's Jesus, right?
Yes.
Have you heard the good news?
Which, if you read the Bible, none of it sounds like good news.
It doesn't feel like it's good
It
news.
sounds like it's just a lot of bad news.
It doesn't. There's a lot of bad stuff. But the good news is living in eternity with our Lord and Savior.
But also, like, I found out recently that Jewish people don't have hell. They just have heaven.
Yeah, I knew that. I don't have hell. I just have heaven. I don't even know that I believe in heaven. I don't believe in hell. That's like my personal preference, but Jews too. We're on the same page.
All right.
Yeah.
You can just believe whatever you want to believe.
Believe it or not, yes. Your brain can believe whatever it wants.
Then I'm going to believe this is good news.
That
That scientists are creating a bank for human poo.
it's the best news I've heard in a long time. I've
Good
been
news.
concerned. I've been concerned. And I've been like, what are they going to do with this poo?
Because I've just been depositing mine at my
Every
credit
time
union.
I stick it into the ATM, it always jams up.
So, well,
Yeah. So again, it's some scientist.
science. The science people are always in the news.
What's going on?
2 fingers.
I'm using 2 fingers.
You got to be on the.
Okay.
No. All right. You're kind of doing it.
Okay. So this doctor, he's saying, poo has important microbes.
Yes.
Right? They're super important to our well-being. So there's like good junk in our poo.
Yeah.
And what's happening is our bodies are, we're learning, right? With all these intolerances people have, our bodies are just not producing the right kind, like our gut health. Everybody talks about gut health and all that. And we just eat more and more junk, processed food and blah, 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 blah. So the whole goal is that by hoarding poo, they can use it in the future to create, I don't know
A
what,
backup store.
like microbes that will be useful to fight disease.
Yeah.
2 fingers.
There you go. Yeah, so have you ever heard the thing that, like, if they took all the bacteria out of your gut, you'd lose, like, 15 pounds, I think it is?
I've never heard that, but I believe it.
Yeah, I think it's it's a ridiculous a weight that is, and you start with 0. When you're a baby, you have no bacteria in your little gut.
Baby gut.
You got a clean gut. And apparently it's not good. It's not good to be clean, have a clean colon. You gotta have, which, how does it get dirty, you know?
I don't know whether I want to talk about this anymore.
Why?
Because I don't know what we're talking about.
Like microbes
What? Yeah, in poop?
in your gut.
In your gut. Okay, what
So
about them?
Your gut includes your stomach, your large intestine, your small intestine,
Yeah,
your
yeah,
colon.
yeah. So all these microbes, what about them?
And they live in you.
And we need those because it helps us process food, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, but wait a minute. So
It's also fungus.
So the microbes, what happens? What do the microbes go in the poo? Are we collecting microbes from this poo?
Yes.
So the microbes are in us and coming out in our poo.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of like if you know a log flume,
Yeah.
you send a log flume down and it splashes. It
I
gets some water
understand. Completely.
inside.
I completely understand what you're going with right now. I don't need to imagine a log flume of poo. I understand. And then it
I
goes
was
down, and then they snap a picture right as it comes out of your asshole.
usually it's a scary look. Usually it's the same look as
It's like,
it's
ah!
like ah. Why am I drenched?
Okay. And the microbes are important.
And then there's a bridge full of people going ah, and you soak them.
It's so gross. I feel like we're talking about so much poop.
No, just an average poop.
The pilot project, which ends next year, is exploring the best methods of storing, thawing, and reviving microbial cultures, which is poop. How are we going to store that and then thaw it?
You never froze the poo?
His ultimate goal is to collect poo from every corner of the planet.
You ever poo in the snow? Poo in snow? Snow
For
poo?
that, he's going to need a bigger freezer. No, I've never shit in snow.
No.
No, I've never taken a poop in snow.
It's cool.
No.
It's fun because it melts the snow almost immediately.
Well, I would imagine it's coming out of your body.
It's hot poo.
So is pee. So, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. And the steam, oh, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
So disgusting.
I think there's been a lot of studies recently about, you've ever heard of fecal transplants?
No.
This is when they say, oh, you have a unhealthy gut because you don't have enough microbes.
Okay.
So what they do is they take a healthy poo
Yeah.
and they put it in,
Ew.
and then your gut gets some of those microbes.
No. Incorrect. Disgusting.
Yeah,
Gross.
that's what a fecal transplant is.
They really do that?
Mm-hmm.
No. Nope. No, thank you.
Yep.
So someone I know, I'm not going to say who because respect privacy, their daughter is having issues with her gut. She can't poo. And it turns out it's a genetic disorder that runs in her family or whatever, that they hyper extend, they can pull everything overstretches. They're super stretchy people, but it can manifest in their intestines, and it causes them to get all stopped up.
Oh, so without
Your intestines just stretch and you're not passing. Yeah. And this is a child. This is her daughter. Poor thing. And so I've been hearing a lot about poo.
Yeah. Well, poo is important. Important poo.
Poo is really important. I say thank God this guy's so passionate about poo.
Yeah.
Because he's going to save us all, because there's a rapid decline in microbial diversity in Western societies. He said that a lot. I felt like he was putting us down a little bit, if I'm being honest.
He's
we must save it before it's too late.
Yeah. I think, realistically, they say we would die without a healthy gut biome.
I feel like everything's going there, isn't it? We're all... What's going to happen first? Our guts are going to give out, or the world is going to explode?
I don't know. If I know anything about bacteria, though, I'm going to bet the world will explode and there'll still be some poo,
some microbials,
bio stuff.
Diversity.
Yeah, biodiversity is important, people. Not just in society.
In poo.
But also in your colon. So
I always like to diversify my portfolio.
Yeah. So you call it your colon?
Yes, I call it portfolio.
I don't...
Portfolio bungholio.
Yeah, that's what, you ever...
Sorry.
That's good. That's good.
This is like a little girl. Like a little boy,
Do you ever, what was I going to say?
Yes.
Do you ever take probiotics?
Yep. I have.
That's what you're helping.
I know
Then
that. Yeah,
your
like
biome.
Activia.
Yeah, it's a lot of different funguses are important.
Yeah,
For
I know gut health's important. I know. I know poop's important. I just don't like to think about it or talk about it.
you okayed all these articles.
I wasn't thinking.
In fact, I think this one would have led very nicely into the one that you did not okay.
Which one did I not? Oh. We can do it if you want. I would have. I have serious opinions about it. Pull it up. Where is it?
You want to do it? We could do it for next time.
Okay, he doesn't want to do it. He's scared now.
Yeah, we could.
How long's this episode been? We don't listen. Our audience only has the short attention span.
We're at 45 minutes.
Okay,
You want it?
up to you. I'm leaving you in the driver's seat.
All
While
right.
he looks up this article, let's take a moment to talk, people, about Send News. Why aren't you watching? Huh? We're putting a lot of energy into this content, this hot, steaming content that we're bringing you. And we want you to love us. Watch us, love us, and send us news so I don't have to keep talking about poop with this pervert. I don't know.
Pervert implies that I was like suggesting something sexual.
He was like, let's talk about poop this week. Okay, here's the
All right.
article.
Transgender teenager dies after vaginoplasty surgery goes awfully wrong.
That is funny.
Well, I just thought it was funny. I found out that, I mean, speaking of scientists, they're capable of many things. And I found out that they are capable of taking...
Killing a confused child.
accidentally. There was a person, a lady, who wanted the surgery,
A child.
gender affirmation surgery,
Yes.
or bottom surgery,
Yes.
because the tops are the tits,
The tops are the tits.
and this is the bottom, which is the vagina.
And penis.
And they were creating a vagina from the penile and scrotal tissue. And during the surgery, the surgeon was like, we don't have enough penis
Not enough penis.
to make this vagina. This lady's dick is too small. This lady needs a bigger dick.
This child's dick is too small. I just feel like we need to keep pointing it out.
The patient was described as a healthy 16-year-old
Child.
Well, a 16-year-old.
Yeah, 16-year-old child.
You're a teenager.
Okay, 16-year-old teenager. Healthy teenager.
Yes. From taking puberty-suppressing hormones, this woman had never grown a full-size penis.
Yes, so they were born male, and who knows what age they decided they were female. And their parents said, sure, go on hormone-suppressing things. Who knows what age they started at if the penis never fully developed. Honestly, how old was this child when they started taking these pills? And what the fuck were the parents and doctor thinking? Letting a child do that. Anyway, so he had a she had a teeny weeny.
We don't have enough dick. What can we do?
What would you use?
He looks around the room. He goes, colon.
That's where we'll take it from. Well, you're already down there.
Yeah.
Maybe that's like all those organ areas are probably similar.
I can't imagine I guess a colon is kind of similar to a vagina.
I have I don't want to think about it, to be honest with you.
The colon's like the gay vagina.
Mm-hmm. Right?
And so they're like, perfect. Should we clean it?
Nah.
Should be good.
Just slap it on there.
We want her vagina to have a healthy biome.
Yeah.
We want all this
We
bacteria.
want her vagina to have healthy gut health.
And a few days later, revealed a deadly strain of E. coli that was existing in her vagina. And she had necrotizing fasciitis, which is a flesh-eating disease.
Horrible.
And it was eating her vagina.
Yeah.
Which is really what she wanted all along. Just somebody to eat her vagina.
Yes, my dreams came true and now I'm dead. The reason I was a little weary of doing this article, people, is because honestly, it makes me sad and it makes me angry. And it's hard to joke about things that make me sad and angry.
Yes.
However, yes, the areas of laughter are abundant in it. When you think about it, they took her asshole and made it into a vagina because her dick wasn't big enough. I mean, that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened.
It has like all the parts to be funny.
It does. Unfortunately, it's horribly sad. Number one, she's dead. Number two, what are we doing, people? What are we doing?
Yeah. Which I wonder if they told her, like, we're going to use your butt.
Your asshole.
If she was like, that's what I've been doing the whole time. I've been using my asshole as my vagina.
I'm tired of that already. I just have so many. This poor soul. This makes me sad. This was a young soul that didn't need to go so young, and I can't imagine the life that it led if it was in that state of not feeling comfortable in its own body, not all of that. And then on top of it, at such a young age, throwing hormones into it and all of and then prepping for that surgery. I know that's a lot. Like, that's just, unfortunately, it was a short life, and I can't imagine it was all a happy one.
Well, at least, she doesn't have to worry about feeling comfortable in her body anymore.
True.
It is a horrible thing that has happened. And to think, maybe though there's a good side of this story this person can live on as like, hey, if you have gender dysphoria as a teenager, maybe wait to do something about it.
Yeah. Maybe this would be like a little cautionary tale, like, hey, it's not a rush. You don't need to rush into all of these choices about your body. You have time, Like, this person was 16. Like, you have time. Yeah. You're still developing. Your body is still growing and developing. And I know the idea is to, like, catch it before you develop too much. But, like, just please let a person be a person.
Yeah, because you're going to need to grow a big, fat cock if you want a nice pussy.
Yeah. It's just really what it comes down to, Yep. You want a juicy, wet-ass pussy, get your cock all man-sized first.
Yeah, get a man.
Get a man-sized juicy one.
But here at Send News, we just want to say, do you,
Do you?
And that's what I read on the Good News, the religious website.
The religious website. Just do you, man. Just do you. No, listen, I don't know really what else to say. What else is there to say?
What else is there to say?
I'm thankful I don't want to be a dude. I like my lady bits.
I like my man bits.
Good. Thank goodness.
And so
Yeah.
Send news unless you have necrotiting fasciitis.
Yeah, then we don't need to see your news. But please send us some news. I want to take a good look at it. And I want to size it up and see if you'd be a candidate for gender reassignment.
Yeah.
I want to size up your news.
I wonder if if you have like a super tight pussy, if you would have a small dick.
I don't know. They don't take the dick from the pussy. They take the tick. Well, they take some of the pussy, but they also just like roll the fat and create like a
So the fatter the
dick.
person, the bigger a dick.
I would imagine.
Ah, this makes my dick hurt.
Well, thank goodness you're not going in for gender reassignment,
Yeah, I wouldn't be.
Timothina.
You know, Tina.
You really knew quick what you would be called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't think about that? You never thought about
No.
Aaron.
My boy name? No.
Aaron.
No. No. They're
Alright.
very different names, and I'm Aaron. I can't be Aaron. I'd be Patrick.
Now who's quick?
Okay, whatever.
All right, so remember, cut off the dick, send us a pic.
We love you.
Bye.